When it's time to change a needle, or if you break one, it's very easy. One thing you're going to do is just start by lifting up the presser foot, snipping your thread. And if you want, just pull the chain out, so now we have the two individual threads. You want to reach for your small screwdriver that's inside the front door cover of the serger, and the brush. The brush on the other end has this nice little catcher and holder. So if I'm going to go ahead and remove the left needle, I can just slide the brush straight up. Now noticing I'm not twisting it because there's not room for it to kind of fit that way. So just keep it right in front of you, and you don't have to go all the way up, but that is kind of what you want to do, is just kind of do that. And the screw at the top is the L. That's the left needle screw. I'm going to loosen it just enough so when I jiggle the needle, it comes right out. See how I catch it and I'm holding it? And if you find yourself, the foam is a great place, the foam underneath the spools, it's a great place to hide that thread really easy. But once you, like let's say we're going from a 4 thread to a 3 thread. So I've removed the needle. What I need to do is make sure to screw that screw all the way tight. Now because we took remember the screw was holding the needle, so we took the needle out and now it goes all the way in. So when I go to put it back in, I need to make sure that I unscrew that needle far enough so the needle can go out up to the highest position and get tightened at a later time. So that's super easy. If I'm like right where I'm at now, if I want to go from a narrow 3 thread to a wide 3 thread, an easy way to do is instead of just moving this needle over to the left position, I like to actually insert my left needle and then remove my right needle, because you can then test that the height of the needle are the 2 different heights. So the left needle is always higher. So let me just go ahead and put it back in and I'll show you what I mean. These needles are standard sewing machine needles. So if you have needles for your sewing machine that are denim or Microtech sharp needles or stretch needles, you can just pull those right over to from your sewing machine and put them in the serger. Love it. So when I go to put this back in, I'm going to find that just kind of hold the flat side to the back. And since there's nothing really holding this, I mean it kind of holds a little bit, but just make sure that it doesn't twist on its way up. We got to keep that flat side to the back, just like your sewing machine. So I'm going to go straight down with the tip. Tip goes down first and then come up right beside it. Now since that screw is tight, I can only bring it up so far. See how the needles are not even? Well, they're not. The left one is way lower than the right one. So I'm going to just keep a little pressure on this handle here and take the screw. I'm loosening it, and as soon as it's far enough out, it will pop right up, and then tighten it in place. All right, so if I actually was switching over, I would go ahead and right now move my little holder over to the right needle, loosen said right needle, drop her out, tighten it up, and now we are set. But what I did in the middle is I double checked that the left one was higher than the right one. If you just move the right one to the left one, well, you don't have anything to double check, and I like to double check because that's one thing that you never know. Did I get it high enough? Maybe you didn't. So never have needles that are the same height. So just once again, I'll just put this needle back in and then we'll get set up for a 4 thread. Check out the video for using the needle threader for a very easy way of seeing what you're doing without having to do a lot of work. It's going all the way up. Checking the height, love it, 2 different heights there, and we're ready to go.